This week, France has been hosting a climate summit that Reuters describes as, quote, a radical agenda to overcome climate colonialism. Yes, organizations like the IMF and World Bank are now openly Marxist. Specifically, the summit aims to, quote, shake up climate finance. By shake up, they mean redirect trillions of dollars to climate projects in poor countries built by crony billionaires. They want this so they can buy those countries' votes to impose a worldwide climate agenda. These countries must be bribed, of course, since they'd prefer to use cheap energy like coal to get rich, as every rich country today did, instead of unicorn farts that cripple their economy but line billionaire pockets. So how much will it cost us? Reuters pitches $14 trillion to ease us in. That's $2 trillion per year. The influential Oxfam doubles that to $27 trillion, and the World Bank bumps it to $28 trillion. That's $4 trillion per year from you all the way through 2030. For perspective, that is about double the annual GDP of the 1.2 billion people who live in sub-Saharan Africa. So where would all that money come from? The U.S. share, for example, would be several trillion, far more than we spend on Social Security, with a similar amount for Europe, about half that or a third that for Japan. Well, that's what the summit is aiming to shake up. How to squeeze the most money by hidden means. For starters, using the IMF's magic piggy bank, a Baroque system that requisitions money from taxpayers like you, and converts those trillions into so-called SDRs that it then uses to bribe other countries. The IMF issues these SDRs. By issues, it means requisitions from your government, who of course pays with your money. The most recent issue being $660 billion it quietly stole during the pandemic. To supplement the IMF, they're proposing a galaxy of, quote, solidarity fees, taxing things like container shipping and airplane tickets by one estimate about $120 billion per year, to punish us for our climate sins and make everything more expensive. The final piece, as always, is the famous public-private partnership, where they nudge banks and private lenders to reroute loans from useful things here at home to crony boondoggles in exotic places. So if you are a small manufacturer in Wisconsin or a restaurant in Texas, good luck getting a loan if this thing goes through. You are not part of the climate solution. Why are they doing it? Easy, to buy those governments. $4 trillion easily buys every third world country and then some into the green agenda with all their heart and soul. Sure, dictators know it's BS, but money talks. They are happy to play along for a price. You might ask, who pays all these unelected officials to do these kinds of things? And the answer is, of course, you do. The UN alone employs 44,000 dedicated socialists. The IMF and World Bank brings that to 60,000, with hundreds of thousands more spread across the world, all paid by you to go after you. How to stop them? Pull out. All these organizations are voluntary. We are a sovereign nation. One struggles to imagine any benefit the average American has derived from the IMF, the World Bank, even the United Nations. So drop out, defund them, and evict the bastards. Okay, we'll be watching. See you next time.